NCIS has captured the hearts of audiences since its debut in 2003, becoming one of the most beloved and longest-running television shows. It is not just the thrilling, suspense-filled plot lines and intense cases that keep viewers hooked, but also the complex, multifaceted characters that are impossible to look away from. However, the stories of the actors behind these characters are just as fascinating and compelling. Over the years, their lives have been shaped by unexpected events and difficult challenges, from tragic accidents to personal upheavals. These moments have profoundly influenced their careers and personal lives in ways that most of the public has never seen, marked by both moments of glory and deep struggles. As we step into 2025, curiosity about the fate of these stars has only intensified. The untold stories behind the spotlight, their quiet struggles, and their remarkable comebacks have sparked immense interest in these familiar faces. Join us as we explore the emotional journeys of these actors, uncovering the wins and challenges they've faced off-screen. With unexpected twists and intriguing revelations, these stories will make you reconsider everything you thought you knew about them and about the beloved show itself. Get ready for situations as dramatic as the plot lines as we take a deep dive into the lives of these stars. If you're curious about the fascinating stories of the stars of NCIS and want to discover more surprises, leave a comment with the number 1. And if not, leave a comment with the number 0. And don't forget to hit like, share this video with your friends, and comment your thoughts below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more exciting videos in the future. Now let's dive into the first character. Sean Murray, who portrayed Timothy McGee, the calm and intelligent agent in NCIS, was 26 when he first took on the role of a tech-savvy agent. His calm demeanor and quiet resilience made him one of the most relatable characters on the show. Though his career has stabilized through NCIS, his off-screen life was marred by emotional distance and loneliness. He married Carrie James in 2005, and they have 2 children, Caitlin and River. But their marriage was rocky, plagued by long periods of separation and silent resentment. Ultimately, they quietly divorced in 2020. Murray struggled with weight issues and health problems, which affected his self-image, leading to bouts of depression. A strained relationship with his father, a retired naval officer, haunted him throughout adulthood. Despite his fame, he often felt overshadowed by his stepfather's success in the industry. He also battled early career addiction, a private struggle fought in silence. At 47, Murray lives alone in California, often staying out of the public eye. He spends his days writing scripts no one buys, searching for meaning outside the character that defined him. His net worth is estimated at $8 million, but he rarely indulges in luxury, preferring isolation to recognition. David McCallum, who portrayed Dr. Donald Ducky Mallard, quirky yet beloved in NCIS, was 70 when he took on the role of the team's medical examiner. With a penchant for telling long-winded stories and a deeply empathetic soul, McCallum's life off-screen was fraught with sorrow and unresolved grief. He was married twice, first to actress Jill Ireland, who left him for Charles Bronson, a betrayal that left a deep scar. He then married Catherine Carpenter, with whom he had a quietly distant but emotionally strained relationship. He had 5 children, one of whom, Jason, died from a drug overdose, a tragic event that haunted him until his death. McCallum also had to endure the early death of his brother and the collapse of several close friendships, often sinking into music and solitude. While he brought joy to audiences, he was a man burdened by loss and regret. In his final years, he lived in seclusion in New York, where he passed away on September 25, 2023, at the age of 90 from natural causes. Though fondly remembered, he died with a sense of unfulfilled longing, clinging to letters and mementos from broken pasts. His estimated net worth was $10 million, much of which he left to charities supporting veterans and the arts. Lauren Holly, who played the sharp and emotionally cautious director Jenny Shepard in NCIS, was 42 when she first assumed the powerful role of a female leader in a male-dominated agency. Though she appeared fierce on screen, her real-life story mirrored similar complexities and sorrow. She married 3 times, most notably to Jim Carrey, a highly publicized and tumultuous relationship that ended in tears. Her second and third marriages dissolved under the weight of emotional exhaustion and unresolved trauma. She has 3 adopted children, Henry, George, and Alexander, whom she largely raised alone. Behind her composed exterior, she struggled with depression, particularly after a miscarriage in her late 30s and the sudden death of her brother. Her career stagnated post-NCIS, with roles that never truly revived her former glory. Industry rejection pushed her into self-imposed exile for a time, where she lived in Canada and taught acting workshops. While she still occasionally participates in television projects, she struggles with loneliness and a lingering sense of alienation. Now at 61, she lives quietly, away from the Hollywood limelight. Her net worth is estimated at $14 million, though she admits that emotional wealth remains elusive in her twilight years. Brian Dietzen, who brought life to the character of Dr. Jimmy Palmer, always optimistic and slightly awkward in NCIS, was only 27 when he joined the cast. The warmth of his character, his vulnerability, and his steadfast encouragement brought light during the darkest moments of the show. In contrast, Dietzen's personal journey has been more hidden. Though he married Kelly Dietzen and they have 2 children, Chloe and Kyle, their marriage was affected by the weight of his health issues, including a near-fatal stroke in 2020, which left both physical and mental scars. The recovery process strained his family life and led to a quiet depression he hid from the public. The divorce of his parents and his distant relationship with his siblings added to his inner turmoil. He also struggled with anxiety and perfectionism, fearing he was always lacking in roles destined to be forgotten. While still appearing in NCIS, the flame of passion had gradually faded, replaced by mechanical repetition and the burden of maintaining a role that had become a mask. Now, at 47, he spends most of his time advocating for health but avoids attention. His net worth is estimated at $6 million, and though financially secure, he admits that he often feels emotionally bankrupt. Rocky Carroll, at 45 when he joined NCIS, portrayed director Leon Vance as a stern but dignified leader, burdened with responsibility and personal loss. Now 61, Carroll remains a steady presence on the show, but stability has eluded his personal life. Married to Gabrielle Bullock since 1996, their marriage has been riddled with separations and attempts at reconciliation. They have a daughter, Alyssa, though he rarely speaks about her in interviews. After NCIS, Carroll's directing ambitions faced continuous rejection, leading him into a long period of self-doubt. He struggled with insomnia, depression, and guilt after losing close friends in the entertainment industry. His strained relationship with his siblings, who accused him of abandoning his roots, only worsened over time. In recent years, Carroll has become reclusive, rarely attending public events. However, he has managed to maintain financial stability with real estate now valued at $3.5 million. He currently lives in quiet isolation in a gated home in Los Angeles, more haunted by what could happen than what has already occurred. Pauley Perrette, 34 when she started NCIS, brought life to the beloved character Abby Pseudo, a goth genius with a gentle soul and boundless energy. Off-screen, however, Perrette reality shattered in heartbreaking silence. Now 56, she retired from acting in 2020 after a tumultuous departure from the show amidst allegations of a toxic work environment. Never married, she endured an abusive engagement to musician Coyote Shivers, whom she divorced after years of legal instability. She never had children, often expressing sorrow about the loneliness that overwhelmed her in middle age, distancing herself from much of her family, and enduring chronic mental health struggles, including anxiety, PTSD, and bouts of agricultural addiction. Pauley has completely withdrawn from the spotlight. Her once vibrant activism has dwindled to rare social media posts. A mild stroke in 2021 left her physically weak and emotionally devastated. Once lively, she now lives quietly with rescue dogs. Her estimated net worth is $5 million. The walls of her home echo the ghosts of characters she once portrayed and the joyful memories she never fully enjoyed. Michael Weatherly, at 35 when he took on the role of Anthony Tony DiNozzo, charmed audiences with his wit, heart, and confident demeanor. However, his off-screen journey has been far less charming. At 56, Weatherly remains active professionally, but is haunted by a career marred by sexual harassment allegations from co-star Eliza Dushku, which not only cost him his reputation, but also some prominent roles that diverted his upward trajectory. He married Dr. Bwana Yanovich in 2009, and they have 2 children, Liam and Olivia, but their marriage has long been strained due to public disputes and private tensions. Michael's first marriage to Amelia Heinle ended in 1997 after the birth of their son, August. The custody battle haunted him for years. Although he always smiled in public, he struggled with alcoholism and depression, undergoing multiple rehab stints. He distanced himself from close friends and family, often spending holidays alone. His real estate is valued at $6 million, down from its peak. He continues to work, but each performance seems like a quiet plea to regain the dignity lost, to silence the ghosts he cannot name. If you're surprised by this story and want to learn more, don't forget to hit like, share the video, and comment your thoughts below to let us know. Now, let's continue the story together. Cote de Pablo, only 26 when she entered the role of Ziva David, a fierce and emotionally complex Mossad officer, remains a symbol of strength and vulnerability. However, her personal life reflects a quiet, painful loneliness. Now 45, Cote has never married, though she had a long-term relationship with actor Diego Serrano, which ended quietly and sorrowfully. She has no children and has admitted in rare interviews that she feels a deepening absence of family as the years go by. After leaving NCIS, her career stagnated. Movie offers dwindled, roles failed, and she faded into obscurity, only occasionally appearing in guest roles. She lost her father in 2018, causing deep depression. This was followed by a car accident in 2021 that left her with lingering physical pain. She moved out of Los Angeles and withdrew into privacy. Once surrounded by enthusiastic fans, now she spends her days painting, avoiding public attention. Her assets are estimated at a steady $4 million, but emotionally, she carries the empty silence where dreams once existed. Wilmer Valderrama, at 36 when he joined NCIS as Special Agent Nicholas Torres, a hot-headed, seasoned undercover agent, brought intensity and a haunted past to every scene. Valderrama life mirrors the chaos of his character. After a very public relationship with Demi Lovato and Lindsay Lohan, he married model Amanda Poacheo in 2020. They have a daughter, Nano Oceanana, but their marriage quickly soured under the weight of infidelity rumors and long periods of separation due to filming. The couple quietly divorced in 2024. Valderrama post-NCIS career never regained momentum. Roles dried up, and his directing efforts failed. He struggled with recurring depression, substance abuse, and financial stress following several failed investments, including a now-defunct tequila brand. Despite these setbacks, he remains close to his daughter and lives a quiet, semi-isolated life in a modest home in Santa Monica. As of 2025, he is 45 years old, with an estimated net worth of $1.8 million, significantly reduced from his peak in the early 2010s. Emily Wickersham, 29, when she took on the role of Eleanor Ellie Bishop, brought sophistication and restraint to the NSA analyst turned NCIS agent, whose quiet sorrow mirrored her personal demons. Wickersham, off-screen, married musician Blake Anderson in 2015, and they have 2 sons, Mason and Levi, but fame eroded the constant scrutiny. A miscarriage in 2018 and Blake's struggles with alcohol led to a messy divorce in 2022. After leaving NCIS in 2021, Emily tried to restart her career in independent film, but was met with a lukewarm reception. She briefly turned to writing before retreating from the spotlight in 2023. She collapsed and had to spend time in a care facility. Her family life remains fractured, with shared custody often strained. She now lives quietly in upstate New York, rarely appearing in public at 40. Wickersham's estimated net worth is around $2.3 million, primarily from her NCIS years and a few successful real estate investments. Diona Reasonover, over 26 when she first entered the lab as Casey Hines, brought optimism and brilliant intelligence to the role of the forensic scientist trying to prove herself in a high-risk world. Off-screen, Diona married longtime partner Patricia Hammond, a theater director, in 2019, but the couple quietly separated in 2023 after years of emotional distance and career conflict. They adopted a daughter, Hazel, in 2020, but disputes over custody and Diona anxiety issues led to a tense joint custody arrangement. After initially thriving at NCIS, Diona opportunities dwindled. Her comedic roots didn't transition well outside procedural formats. She struggled with body image and fought panic attacks. She had to be hospitalized in 2022 for exhaustion. She turned to activism, though this also sparked public backlash and personal exhaustion. Now 33, she lives alone in a rented apartment in Silver Lake, Los Angeles. Her once vibrant personality has faded. Her estimated net worth is $950,000, and her financial future remains uncertain. Maria Bello, at 50 when she joined NCIS as Jacqueline Jack Sloan, brought seriousness and warmth to the tough yet empathetic psychologist with a tragic backstory. Bello's own story is equally heartbreaking. Her long-term relationship with producer Claire Munn ended abruptly in 2021, amid rumors of betrayal and public collapse. She has a son, Jackson, from a previous relationship, but they grew distant, especially after a failed business venture. They had jointly invested and drained much of her savings. After her passing, Bello tried to write and produce, but none of her projects succeeded. Her health began to decline. She was diagnosed with lupus in 2022 and withdrew from public life. Years of family tension, an unresolved legal battle over house purchases, and the death of her mother in 2023 pushed her deeper into isolation. Now at 58, she lives quietly in Ojai, California, where she occasionally teaches acting workshops. Her net worth is estimated at $3.1 million, only a fraction of its previous value. Katrina Law, at 35 when she joined NCIS as Special Agent Jessica Knight, portrayed a tough, emotionally driven agent who carried the pain of losing her entire REACT team in a bombing. Her acting resonated with fans due to her mix of vulnerability and resilience. However, Katrina's life has been marred by silent struggles. She married actor Keith Andren, and the couple had a daughter, Kinley. But their marriage endured pressure from conflicting careers and prolonged separations. They quietly divorced in 2023. Post-NCIS projects stalled, a planned side project was shelved, and subsequent roles were heavily criticized. She endured 5 major personal tragedies: a miscarriage in 2021, her brother's death in a car accident in 2022, her divorce, a stalking incident in 2024, and a near-fatal health scare related to an autoimmune disorder. Despite being only 43, Katrina withdrew from Hollywood and now lives in seclusion in Oregon. Her estimated net worth is $800,000, reduced due to legal expenses and canceled projects. Though very famous on screen, her real-life script is that of a woman hardened by grief, yearning for peace and avoiding the spotlight. Gary Cole, 60 when he joined NCIS as Alden Parker, portrayed an introverted, analytical team leader who was fiercely loyal with wit and sharp intellect. His performance was praised for adding depth to the cast, concealing a personal life slowly falling apart. He has been divorced twice, first from actress Teddy Seidel, with whom he has a daughter, Mary, diagnosed with autism. Gary remarried in 2020, but the marriage fell apart due to the pressures of caregiving and his relentless filming schedule. By 2023, he was alone. His post-NCIS career was affected by health issues, including a mild stroke in 2024 and the sudden cancellation of a much-anticipated Broadway revival. Among the 5 major personal tragedies, his daughter's deteriorating health, his mother's death, the breakup of his second marriage, financial losses from a failed film investment, and estrangement from his siblings. Now 68, he lives quietly in retirement in Illinois, rarely appearing in public. His real estate is estimated at $3 million, modest for a career spanning 4 decades. The once reliable supporting actor now spends time caring for a small garden, speaking only with a nurse and his daughter. Mark Harmon, who was 49 when he first took on the role of Leroy Jethro Gibbs in NCIS, brought stoicism and silent authority to the role of a Marine-turned-investigator. His portrayal became iconic, stemming from silence, loss, and leadership. But the man behind Gibbs also carried burdens, much like his marriage to actress Pam Dober, which lasted for decades but was haunted by ongoing silence, rumors of infidelity, and emotional distance. Their son, Sean and Ty, pursued acting but struggled under the shadow of their famous father. After leaving NCIS in 2021, Harmon attempted a return to acting, but the projects failed both critically and commercially. 5 major tragedies punctuate his story: the sudden death of his best friend in 2008, a house fire in 2013, chronic back pain worsened by a stunt injury, the death of his father in 1990, which still haunts him, and a strange relationship with a now 73-year-old son. He lives partly in seclusion in Montana. His estate, bolstered by decades of television success, is estimated at $40 million, though much of his wealth is tied to real estate that is well-respected but secluded. Harmon is the ghost of Hollywood's golden era, a man who still walks alone, much like his most famous character. If you love stories about the characters in NCIS and want to learn more exciting details, don't forget to hit like, share the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments below to let us know. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video in the future. Thank you for watching the video till the end. See you in the next one.